Do you struggle to find peace in the midst of your imperfections? Today, we're diving into the world of Stoicism to explore 5 powerful perspectives on embracing our mistakes and turning them into opportunities for growth. Perspective 1. Mistakes as teachers. Stoicism tells us that mistakes are lessons. Every mistake holds wisdom. When we fail, life teaches us what not to do. It points us toward what we need to improve. This perspective shifts our mindset. Mistakes stop being failures. They become opportunities to grow. They help us understand the world and ourselves. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This reminds us that how we view mistakes is our choice. If we treat them as lessons, they lose their power to harm us. They become stepping stones to wisdom. Reflecting on mistakes gives us clarity. It helps us see our errors without fear. A wrong decision shows us what we overlooked. A careless word shows us the value of kindness. Each mistake points to a better path. But we must be willing to learn. Ignoring mistakes repeats them. Embracing them transforms us. Mistakes also make us humble. They remind us that we are not perfect. This humility opens the door to wisdom. It helps us listen, learn, and grow. By treating mistakes as teachers, we honor our journey. We become students of life. This perspective keeps us grounded. When we stop fearing mistakes, we unlock potential. We take more risks and embrace challenges. We learn faster and grow stronger. This is the wisdom of Stoicism. It tells us that mistakes are not the end. They are the beginning of greater understanding. Perspective 2. Control versus influence. The Stoics taught us to separate what we can control from what we cannot. This lesson is powerful when dealing with mistakes. Often, mistakes feel overwhelming. They make us feel powerless. But Stoicism reminds us to focus on our response, not the mistake itself. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This wisdom teaches us to let go of things outside our control. A mistake has already happened. We cannot change the past. But we can choose how we respond. This is within our power. Understanding this creates freedom. It removes unnecessary worry. When we focus on what we can control, we become stronger. We can improve ourselves and learn from the mistake. Wasting energy on regrets or blame helps no one. Stoicism helps us move forward with clarity. This perspective also reduces fear of mistakes. If we cannot control every outcome, why fear them? Mistakes are inevitable. What matters is our attitude. By accepting this truth, we become more resilient. We stop punishing ourselves for things beyond our power. Control and influence go hand in hand. While we cannot control everything, we can influence the future. Learning from mistakes shapes better decisions. Reflecting on our actions gives us insight. Every mistake becomes a tool for improvement. This is how we turn errors into success. Letting go of control is liberating. It helps us focus on what truly matters. Mistakes lose their weight. They no longer define us. Instead, they guide us. Stoicism teaches us to embrace this balance. It gives us the strength to face any challenge. By understanding control and influence, we find peace with our mistakes. Perspective 3. Mistakes build resilience. Stoicism sees mistakes as opportunities to build resilience. Life is full of trials. Mistakes are part of this journey. They test our strength and patience. By facing mistakes, we grow tougher. Each failure teaches us to endure. It builds the courage to keep going. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Mistakes are those difficulties. They push us out of our comfort zones. They challenge us to adapt. Each mistake we overcome adds to our strength. Resilience grows when we face hardships head-on. Resilience does not mean ignoring pain. It means embracing it as a part of growth. Mistakes hurt, but they also heal. They show us our weaknesses and how to improve. This process makes us stronger. It teaches us to rise after every fall. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the journey, not the destination. Mistakes are part of this journey. They are stepping stones to wisdom and resilience. Each error is a chance to grow tougher. By embracing mistakes, we train our minds to endure. This resilience spreads to every part of life. A resilient person is unshaken by challenges. They face life with confidence. Mistakes become tools, not obstacles. They guide us toward inner strength. Stoicism helps us see this truth. It encourages us to embrace mistakes as a path to resilience. Perspective 4. Practice self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is essential in Stoicism. Mistakes often bring guilt and shame. These emotions weigh us down. Stoicism teaches us to let go. Forgiveness starts within. We must forgive ourselves to move forward. This practice is not weakness. It is wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This reminds us to focus on action, not regret. Dwelling on mistakes does not change them. Forgiving ourselves frees us to grow. It helps us focus on what truly matters. Self-forgiveness is a process. It begins with understanding. Mistakes happen to everyone. They are part of being human. Accepting this truth makes forgiveness easier. It helps us see mistakes as lessons, not failures. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn. Forgiveness also requires compassion. We must treat ourselves kindly. Harsh judgment does not help. Stoicism encourages balance. It tells us to acknowledge mistakes without self-punishment. This balance creates space for growth. Self-forgiveness strengthens our character. It helps us face the future with hope. It reminds us that we are more than our mistakes. Each day is a new chance to improve. Stoicism teaches us to embrace this truth. By practicing self-forgiveness, we find peace and purpose. Perspective 5. Mistakes connect us to others. Mistakes are a shared human experience. They connect us to others. Everyone makes mistakes. This truth unites us. Stoicism reminds us of our common humanity. It encourages us to embrace this connection. We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. This wisdom helps us see mistakes differently. They are not failures but reminders of our shared journey. When we acknowledge our mistakes, we become more compassionate. We see others with kindness and understanding. Mistakes teach us empathy. They remind us that everyone struggles. This perspective builds stronger relationships. It helps us forgive others and ourselves. Stoicism encourages this unity. It tells us to embrace our shared humanity. Acknowledging mistakes also builds trust. When we admit our errors, we show integrity. This honesty strengthens bonds. It creates a foundation for growth. Stoicism values this connection. It tells us that mistakes are opportunities to build relationships. Mistakes also teach us humility. They remind us that no one is perfect. This humility fosters deeper connections. It helps us see the beauty in imperfection. Stoicism embraces this truth. It encourages us to celebrate our shared humanity. By seeing mistakes as connections, we find community. we learn that we are not alone. Stoicism teaches us to embrace this perspective. It helps us see mistakes as bridges, not walls. By connecting with others, we grow stronger together. Stoicism teaches us to embrace mistakes. It shows us their value. Mistakes are not failures. They are teachers, guides, and connections. They build resilience and teach forgiveness. They remind us of our humanity. By following these 5 perspectives, we transform how we see mistakes. We find wisdom, strength, and peace. Stoicism helps us grow through every challenge. It reminds us that life is a journey. Mistakes are part of this path. They make us who we are.